Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Blair.
And I'm Kirsten, and we are Mediocre Content. And we're on time.
Claps for what is the word I'm looking for? Claps for timeliness. No, what is the punctuality? Claps for punctuality.
That's a lot in the mouth.
It is.
Claps for punctuality with excess on the puh. That's an ew.
Right. I've been expanding my vocabulary because I've been playing Wordle every day.
Have you really?
No, I have, yes, because my parents have not stopped playing Wordle since it became a thing in the pandemic.
Oh my goodness.
And so when they came to visit a few weeks ago, they were like, have you guys done the Wordle?
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
I literally haven't done that since 2002. Like, what?
Wasn't it like, was it Sienna and Savannah that were doing it at your wedding?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
They're adorable.
they are adorable. And
So
they're
anyway,
so good at
I started doing the Wordle again.
Yeah.
I've been, very successful in my endeavors.
It's very
So.
good. I don't do any of those things. There's like Wordle, Rehurdle, Cudle, which is like music-based stuff, Bandle, like Moviedle, like anything with
Right.
a duh has it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I like to stick to the original, and then my dad goes, we're like all sitting there doing it. He's like, we have to do this so we don't get Alzheimer's because that's how old we are. And I'm like,
This
Dad.
is the rule.
He's like, no, it's mandatory. We like people of our age, we have to do it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, at least he's looking out for himself, I guess. I don't
Right.
know. That's
Right.
Go Dad.
Go, Dad. That's exactly right.
Well,
Let me pull up our stream on my phone so I can watch what's actually happening.
while you do
Um,
that, I'm going to go ahead and do our chat dailies and see how we're doing on the mediocre scale today.
Yes, please do.
All right. We are 53% mediocre, which simply means that we're on time and everything else will be a fail. Perfect.
I think that's reasonable,
It
honestly.
is. We are 48% smarty pants. Oh no. Wishful is 11% mediocre. He should be higher than that. You could tell him I
He
said
should.
that.
Yeah.
We got 1 star. It's not going great. Oh,
Rough.
we're a 1 out of 10.
Good.
Good.
Par for the course.
Excelling so well
In all of our life decisions,
It's
clearly.
What a disappointment.
God.
That's okay. we don't listen to the stats anyway. It's fine.
No,
Who
it's
cares?
fine.
It's whatever.
This is our show, damn
this
it.
is our
And,
show. I will
like, this
be-
is why we make the rules here. Also,
so
thank you.
Give you at
2
least-
stars is appreciated.
I require more. I get at least 2.5.
Yes.
It's okay. I'll just cry about it later.
Yeah, exactly.
Fossabot only gave me 1 star. Round up to 3. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
3 is good.
The 3 is for Blair because she's got the pickle shirt, and
right.
I think that should count.
Yeah, I agree.
That should count, and it looks super cute.
So, can I tell you about
Yes.
when we went to Yosemite,
Yes.
we did some hiking, as one
Yes.
does in the national parks. And we determined that our overall rating is we are a mediocre or moderate hiker. So
Okay.
that means that we can do the easy trails, we can do the moderate trails with some breaks, but we cannot do the strenuous trails.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's okay. Mediocre.
Hi, Abby.
Content, mediocre hiker. I mean, I just
Yes.
feel like it goes with the theme.
And the other thing is, we kind of messed up a little because we saw this one hike and it was like marked as moderate. It was like 1.5 miles.
That didn't say mediocre. It said moderate.
It said moderate, and we were like, we can do it. It's 1.5 miles. Like, what the? It's like not that big of a deal. And it was to this like beautiful waterfall,
Of
etc.
course.
So we kind of like played ourselves a little bit because like halfway up, I'm like,
Right.
it's first of all, we start and we're like, oh, this is fine. And then it like immediately is vertical. like
Perfect.
immediately straight up in the air.
Yes.
And all of these other people are like coming downhill while we're going up, and I'm like, breathing pretty hard and like having a tough time. And so we pull over to the side and we take like a little break and have some water, because it's a hike, it's not a race. Like, we can take our time. It's no big deal. We'll look at the scenery, which is beautiful, like whatever.
Right.
This lovely Australian woman on her way down, she's like, "You're almost there. You can do it." I was out of breath. I was out of breath at this point too, but I promise you're almost there. And I was like, "Thank you so much."
That is precious.
For giving me this. And she was like a middle-aged, like larger lady. And she was like, "You're almost there. Don't worry about it." Like, I was having a rough time too. And I was like, it was so nice of her to do it. It wasn't like condescending at all. It was just very much like validating. And it was beautiful. It was a lovely time.
That sounds lovely.
Shout out to that Australian lady.
Wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Exactly.
Abby, you are more than welcome to dive in if you'd like to. Also, be careful because most of them are being held up by a mystery chair that you can't see. So you will
No diving in shallow water.
Yeah, for real. It's so good to see you, though. Also, you should probably get some sleep soon. Hopefully I don't think this is going to take a really long time, but you hardly ever sleep, so the way my emotions are right now, it's needed, girl. Feel free. After last night, I'm good. I know, I heard you snoring anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. It's good stuff. And she has a double. She has a double.
Explain.
Oh, we don't call them couples anymore.
Oh.
She's a double.
Got it.
That's her double.
Ah.
Hi, Cedric.
On it.
We were just talking about you. I know, right? Speak and he shall appear. As he do. I'm glad that you had a wonderful time in Yosemite. The pictures looked absolutely beautiful. I can't imagine what they look like in person.
Oh my god.
I know. It's insane.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10. Except that one vertical hike. Would not recommend that one.
Well, I would still recommend it. I would just say take your time and have realistic expectations for yourself.
It will take forever.
Like, it is only 1.5 miles, but it is all uphill. So.
And that is why it's not mediocre.
Right.
Moderate. I would say vertical is even more than moderate. Wouldn't we say, like, advanced? I like the way she froze. It's fine. Take your time. Don't even stress about it. It's perfect. How is everybody else doing? Kind of, yeah. All the things that we stole from you. I know it does look like she's about to sneeze. She didn't like that comment, Centric Rude. Hey, Doc, thanks for the first time chat, beautiful. Centric said it looked like you were about to sneeze.
You know what? I'm glad. That's fine. That is not the worst frozen I could have been, to be real honest.
I have screenshotted better ones.
That's right.
It's true.
It's correct. I don't even remember. Oh, I was going to say that it wasn't necessarily like marked as strenuous, because it really wasn't, because it was so short, but like the strenuous ones are the ones where you have to like hold on to something, like they have like a railing or like rope or something where you have to like hold on to the side of the mountain, and that's terrifying.
I bet that is. Yeah. No, I couldn't do that. Also, Blair, Doc Blair.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Quip. I'm freezing to death at work. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Who is taller between me and Blair? Blair is 100% taller.
1,000%, actually.
I said 100? That's so rude.
No, I'm actually like way taller than you.
How tall are you again?
I am 5'8".
Ah, I'm 5'2". I say 5'3".
Shout out to my tall girls.
Oh no, that sucks. Yes, I also hope that you can warm up soon, Doc. I'm so sorry you're freezing at work. What was it's the woman's winter in the summer, is what they say. Because it's always cold inside.
So if Moose was a Baseball player. What position? Shortstop, obviously.
That is so rude. I would be benched because I wouldn't play. You're so rude. Get out of here.
I'll go. I'll go back into the void. You know I will.
I know. I won't even have to prompt you.
No, I was just like, be gone.
Be gone. Centric, I swear to God. Being a baller? Like, what kind of baller? I'm balling.
Money, money, money.
Just like that. Except not
I love
really.
how we both like
Yeah.
decided this was the
That's-
correct hand motion.
Is there any other one to choose from? I guess like this, maybe. Guess you could say Moose has a short
Bae.
temper. I don't have, actually. No, I think I'm a pretty patient person.
You're definitely a very patient person. I
you.
think you're more likely to be patient. You're non-confrontational.
Thank you.
So you're more likely to like be mad at someone when you're not with them.
Facts. I
Yeah.
will say, yes, I'll deal with it later, is the
Yeah.
sentiment. On my
I
own.
would say.
In the corner, crying.
Indubitably.
But then I'd also not be the other end of the ball being thrown. I don't have a good arm for that. Shmoney. God, Quip. That's my emote. And for some reason,
rude.
instead of hey, everybody thinks it's hail. And I promise you, it's supposed to be hay.
You mean like, oh no.
Did you just get it?
I was like, why? I don't know what's happening. I think it's like this, but now I'm like, oh
It
no.
is like this.
Oh.
It is.
Oh no.
They've just started doing that. It's so annoying.
Love that for you.
Freaking mess. Like, here I give you guys beautiful emotes to use and share, and you're like, huh? I'm like, come on now. What is this? Need a little more bend in that. He's in a spacesuit, Doc. What do you want me to do?
Well, and his arm is so short. There's no elbow. There's literally only humerus and then hair. There's
It's
no,
so
like,
funny.
this part.
He's literally like, he doesn't even have. You know what? He doesn't even have an elbow.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, so it makes it really hard for him.
It does.
So he has to like wave his whole arm like this.
He's pointing at the satellite. Of course, exactly. He's like, but like, you know, it's fine. I don't take it personally.
God.
It's been rough.
Oh,
And with that, we're gonna disclaim, you crazy cats.
yes, we shall.
Before we go any freaking further.
Okay. So, all of this information that we are providing for you guys is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take it super seriously. Okay.
Whatever. Quinn.
Y'all should know by now we're not that serious. So,
No.
but yeah, so like obviously we're not experts. This is for y'all's entertainment. Whether you're entertained or not is subjective to you, so I don't have any control over that.
True.
And then we're here to just learn about things that you may not know about otherwise. So we hope you enjoy the topic today.
Indeed. And
Kirsten, would you like to tell the people what the topic is?
It's the NHL, and in fact, our good...
No, it is not.
Oh,
You said
NFL.
NH.
Oh
It's
God,
NFL.
I'm gonna do
It's
that
like
the
it's
whole
not
time
hockey.
too. They're like they're popping up on my For You right now too. So like I'm gonna get it messed up. Sorry, NFL, National
It's okay.
Football League. Also,
I need to get like a buzzer or something so then I can be
Yeah.
like, meh.
Incorrect. Actually, that would be super helpful even in our recorded ones. But
I know, honestly.
the good thing is, our good news is also related to the NFL, and that's on purpose. So if you'd like, we can talk about that first.
Yes.
Go for it.
Sorry, I just got preoccupied with a thought of maybe getting a soundboard. That would be super fun. But anyway, things to think about later and not right now. Ooh, is there a cat? Is it Pooms?
It's the one that threw up.
Barfy McBarferson.
Barf breath over here. Oh, she looks so offended just now.
She's like, why is Aunt Blair being so rude?
It's true. You barfed right next to my chair. We were trying to get started and you just yacked. She showed everybody her butthole last night too. Also unattractive.
Oh God. She really. You guys need to get
Exactly,
an
Abby.
OnlyCats.
I know.
OnlyCats.
And we'll just show her her barf. Even if Moose plays regular golf, wouldn't it? That's so freaking rude.
Wow.
You know what?
Wow.
Whatever. Inappropriate cat is inappropriate. Yeah, she's about to cover the camera with her butt too. Oh, yep, there it goes.
Oh. Booty, 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 booty. That means I read somewhere that when a cat shows you their butt, it's like means that they like you. So maybe that's a good sign that she likes all you guys in chat.
In human form, that would be horrifying. Can you imagine? Want to be best friends?
Just like moon someone.
Now we're definitely best friends.
Yes.
Or you have a restraining order.
It can go one of two ways.
The cat did just moon you. Yes, Puma's so good at it. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, all right.
All right, I'm going to get this going while Puma gives us all a show.
Go
anyway.
for it.
All right. A former NFL great recently surprised a single mother and her daughter with a brand new home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But it was just one of the 217 other such blessings that Warwick Dunn has managed to fund. The collaborative effort by Warwick Dunn Charities, Habitat for Humanity, and Catholic High School. Does the Catholic High School have a name, or is it just called Catholic High School?
That's all they said.
It's like low-key very funny.
It is. Just this one is the OG.
It's like, right, okay. Where Dunn himself graduated, saw the house built, furnished, and stocked with food. Dominique and Miracle, single mother, first-time homeowner. I think it's important to help change the community and the environment, create stability for a family that could potentially have good long-term positive impacts, Dunn said upon returning to his hometown to welcome the family. Catholic High School raised $85,000 for the house. Quote, a new home, a new fresh start, a new beginning. I'm totally blessed, said Dominique after walking into the new home for the first time. Worried dreadfully about her makeup. Hi, Puma. I heard you go little meow.
She just wants to be included. Sorry, keep going.
It's good. Moose is blarely paying attention. You're so right.
I'm trying so hard.
You're so right.
Sorry. She just wants to be held like a baby. Oh, my headphone. Thank you. Keep going.
Sheets were already on the bed. Food was already in the fridge. The mortgage was there on the dinner table for signing, but Dunn's charity alongside it to help with the down payment check. Drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 1997, Dunn launched Homes for the Holidays to honor his late mother's dream of owning her home that same year. An extremely consistent performer. In the 12 seasons, Dunn missed only 10 games, made the Pro Bowl team on 3 occasions, and in all but 2 seasons accumulated over 100 all-purpose yards for the Buccaneers and the Falcons. When he retired, he ranked 14th in NFL history for all-purpose yards. Let's see.
Exactly, Doc. I know. It's all, every time you're trying to get something done, they're like right there.
She just wants to be included. Last week it was Jinx, and this time it's Puma.
Yeah, it was Puma last night too, which is unfortunate. Might just bites me.
The last part of this article states, in the aftermath of the Hurricane Katrina, Dunn challenged all NFL players except for those who play for the New Orleans Saints to donate at least $5,000 to the effort. The effort received over $5 million in contributions, according to Dunn's website, which has become the home for all 3 of his charitable organizations. The program partners with local community organizations to reduce the burden on new single-parent homeowners by fully furnishing their new house, providing down payment assistance checks, and stocking the pantry with food.
Nice.
Lovely charity. Very nice.
It is. It's very cute. I also like how topical it was.
I agree. Very nice. All good things.
All good things. And Commander Quip. I'm gonna use your full name. Oh, see, you scared her away. We're not short. What is that thing they used to say? We're fun size. I'm fun size. So is Abby. She's a lot of fun. Blair's fun size too, just in a different way.
I was about to be like, can't relate, but okay.
Can't relate. I am not fun at all.
Not.
My gracious. So, I would like to preface all of this and say that we're talking about the NFL because it's topical for America right now, because everybody is doing their fantasy football league stuff.
Football!
And it's just the season for it. Like, my husband has a bracket with his group or whatever it is that they do.
Is Tyler really into football like that?
No. It was just an excuse to...
No.
It was just an excuse to throw a party last year, and it got recycled again this year.
Got it. Okay.
But they won $100. He won $100 last year. So he's, he's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, great.
Yay!
I don't know what it is. For some reason, I'm also the go-to person to ask what a fantasy football bracket is, and I don't know. So now I'm about to educate all of you, because I didn't know, and now you're gonna know. And what you do with that information is completely up to you. You can just toss it in the bin when you leave. That's also fine.
I saw this girl on TikTok describe her man's fantasy football league as imaginary football.
Imaginary.
I like it better. I like using that better.
I like it too. Oh my God, Quip. At least us short people don't have to worry about snapping our necks whilst walking through a door. It's kind of, I guess. Raise your hand if you are giraffe-like.
That is violent, first of all. Who is out here doing that? That's not a pro basketball player, honestly.
It's true. I think, for example, Shaq could 100% just take the door with him. In a fun house. Nice, Cedric. Nice,
You're
Doc.
Right. You're right.
Okay. As always, we're going to start with a little bit of history. That's going to lead up to what we're actually talking about, which is the bracket stuff. 5'10"? Okay, so only doorways in old houses. Doc, you're 6 foot? Wow. Giraffe-like, and it's beautiful. Like a gorgeous giraffe running through the Sahara. That's what Doc is.
Sure.
Yeah, I could see it.
I come from a tall family, so
yeah, your dad is
6
really
foot
tall.
is not. Yeah, he's 6'2". My brother's 6'1". My cousins range between 6 and 6'5".
You were destined, but your mom's short,
which
is funny.
My mom is a full foot shorter than my dad.
She is so short. The picture that you sent
short
when they visited,
yeah,
was
yeah, no, it's true.
It's so distinct.
It was really funny because they came out to visit my uncle and aunt and their kids, and all of them are at least 5'10" and above.
Mm-hmm.
And they all took a group picture together, and it was all of them, and then my mom was way down here.
That's literally perfect.
I was like, Mom, how does it feel to be the shortest one ever?
Quip, I swear to God, I'm more like a giraffe when it needs to drink. Ungangly and vaguely comical. Oh my God, Doc. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. All right. History. Get on your history shoes, I guess. So the NFL is what we're talking about, and it stands for National Football League. It is a major part. Oh, wow. It is a major part.
I'm learning so much already.
You know what? That's probably all we really needed to know. Thanks so much for being here,
so.
guys. It was a wonderful stream.
Yeah. Great.
Get out. It's a big part of our culture here in the United States. I will. Thanks, Cedric, for putting the rage message in. You're welcome. Where's our outro music? Damn it. Gotta get out of here.
I love that Kendrick's like, yep, we're gonna take this seriously. We're gonna move this right
We gotta
along.
go right now.
Like, I got places to be. You guys are taking too long.
He's a busy man. I would say, though, even though it's a big part of United States culture, it's not something that I watch a lot. I would much rather watch the NHL or baseball, which is another popular sport in the United States.
I agree.
But,
I agree.
Football's not my thing.
Soccer's pretty fun.
Soccer is entertaining. I don't watch it a lot, though. And everybody else in my family watches golf, which was the last podcast anyway, so.
Unfortunately, so does mine.
Yeah.
And it's very annoying.
It's fine. This type of football, like the Americanized one, is also known as gridiron football. I probably didn't pronounce that right. Which is a version of the sport evolved from both England's rugby and soccer. So we got the concept from the UK and combined two of the obviously very popular sports there, which are still popular and still happening. And we just took a couple of things from them and combined them together. Of course, the difference is American footballers can touch, throw, and carry the ball with their hands, which is, of course, unlike soccer. They also allow each side, each team, to control the ball in alternating possessions, and this is unlike rugby. So there's structure for who gets it when, and also they can touch it with their hands.
Yeah.
So.
If you've ever watched rugby, it is like football, but like way more violent and way more aggressive.
Yes, exactly.
And less padding.
Yeah, it's just full body.
It is.
This was founded in 1920, and by this I mean the NFL itself, in Canton, Ohio, as the American Professional Football Association, or APFA. The league's first president's name was Jim Thorpe, who was an American athlete of the time who also played in the league, and the NFL's name that is current was then adopted 2 years later, so 1922. The original 1920 league had 5 teams in Ohio, 4 teams from Illinois, 2 from Indiana, and the Detroit Heralds from Michigan, and then 2 from New York. Of these original franchises, only 2 remain, and those are the Cardinals left Chicago for St. Louis after a 1959 season and relocating to Arizona in 1988, and the Decatur Staleys, who moved to Chicago in 1921 and a year later changed their name to the Bears. So those are the only surviving ones from the original group that started in 1920. The sport, played with 11 on each side, originated in North America. So again, we just took the ideas and just applied them here, just with our own structure to it. Primarily in the United States, where it eventually became the country's leading spectator sport, and I would say still kind of is next to baseball, really. Just depends on I feel like people start with football in the fall and then they move to baseball in the spring. I just feel like that's just what happens. Yeah.
Well, and opening day in baseball is usually in April sometime, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So we just transition. That's why they're both really popular.
Yeah.
It also developed simultaneously in Canada, where it evolved into a 12-man game, though Canadian football never achieved the great popularity, of course, because they have ice hockey there, which took that country by storm. It's just more, it makes more sense that they would be hockey instead of football, because football is usually all outside. Hockey can be inside, and you got lots of ice to work with.
Yeah, I agree. Baseball is easy.
I love baseball.
Baseball, you go for like the drinks and the food, and then you just like watch people stand for a while.
Yeah. I mean, the pants on the players look pretty decent, though.
I mean, yeah, that's always a bonus.
Exactly. American football has not been taken up in the rest of the world to the same degree as other American sports, like basketball and baseball, for example. Since the 1980s, however, primarily through the marketing efforts of the National Football League, teams and leagues have been established in Europe, and the game has achieved a degree of international popularity through television. So it's just spreading a little bit. People are aware of it, and some people are into it. It's fine. The NFL was not left unchallenged in the world of sports, though, with the most serious challenge in its leading role coming from the American Football League, AFL, in the 1960s. So, NFL versus AFL.
Mhm.
They completed a merger in 1970, which created a 26-team circuit under the name of the older NFL, so they decided to just keep the moniker. Since then, the league has expanded 4 times, adding 6 new franchises, so it's huge. And today, the league has a total of 32 teams, and they're organized as follows. There is the National Football Conference, the NFC, and the American Football Conference, AFC. On the NFC, it has the East, the North, South, and West, of course, and there's so many freaking teams. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? 17 teams in the NFC. Did I count that right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I
Okay,
think.
perfect.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in the AFC. So there's a lot of teams out there. There's a couple per state sometimes. This is what confuses me. They're like, you see like the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so there's one in Florida. Well, that's a lie because there's also the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you're like, whoa, so Florida has 2? And they're like, yeah, they do. And then it's like some states don't even get one. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's literally none.
It's literally just like, where's the money?
Exactly. Oh, wow, Centric, a 10. Look at you. We were a 1. It's vast.
Super fresh.
The league season culminates with an annual 14-team playoff tournament, which leads up to the biggest game, which is the Super Bowl, which is what everybody gets all hype about. And that's basically their championship game. The NFL does have its current headquarters in New York City, and since 1963 has maintained the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, where it originated in 1920.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is just the NFL. So that is just the big thing with all the money and all the teams and the whatever. But that's not really where football originated. So we're going to talk about that next.
Yes. Also, I keep thinking of the like intro music to the NFL games, like
I know.
And have you seen that video of people dancing or like making up dances to the NFL intro music?
Mm-mm.
It's very good.
Nice smarty pants, Doc.
Yeah. So anyway,
I enjoy
that's
that.
all I had to say. In my brain, that's all I can think about right now. Just a constant loop of like.
It does get stuck in your head. Burn, burn. I just think about all the attention that I remember growing up thinking, it's the Super Bowl or whatever. But like the commercials are really what drive the Super Bowl and all of the sponsorships.
And the halftime show.
And the halftime show. Rihanna killed it last year. It was her last year, wasn't it? Yep.
It was. Yeah. What has been your favorite halftime show that you've ever seen?
I think it was Lady Gaga's.
Yeah, hers was really good.
She did a really good job. I mean, she's a performer. Not that they're not, like, Rihanna's a performer too, and that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. But I just felt like she does it really good.
Yeah. I liked Lady Gaga's a lot. I also liked Beyonce's a lot when she did hers. And
Beyonce's.
She brought out Destiny's Child and everything.
Okay.
It was good.
I bet it was. They were a good group. I mean, it's cool that she's on her own now, but they were a really good group.
Yeah.
Left Shark. What? Come again? Why is it a bad idea to climb ladders around?
No,
because
is left. I don't know.
Is Rick Astley the one that sings "Never Gonna Give You Up"? Is that what you mean? Is like the Rick Roll? Is that what it is? Is that his last name? I had no idea. Pokemon in chat.
I'm confused.
That's okay. I'm just reading a chat. It's fine.
Okay.
Not important. Okay. We're going to talk about the beginnings of the actual football sport itself. Because the NFL's great, but it doesn't actually give you the true origin story. So, Katy Perry. I didn't know it had a name.
Oh, no, yeah. No, that's totally
That's cute. That's where it came from? Oh, that's adorable. I didn't even know that. I totally forgot that Katy Perry did a show. It's okay, she's frozen anyway. She's in the void. It's fine. Hi, Blair. Get back here. Unfreeze yourself. Good lord. I was just about to talk about Harvard. You want to do me like that? Bro. It's kind of funny to freeze like that. Oh, yep, there she goes. Bye-bye. I mean, I want to try for the Pokemon. You're trying for the Pokemon. Boo. Come back. I had no idea who the main performer was. That's super stinking cute, though. A Poke release? Nope. She'd avoiding the conversation. She can't. She's the host. Welcome back. Oh my god. Honestly, I like this one better. Oh no, Abby, you were so close. She looks very confused, and I love it. If there wasn't a freeze frame, it wouldn't be mediocre, and then all of you would be so disappointed. I can tell. Turn my light down a little bit. It's bright. Didn't want it anyway. It's a cute one. You may. Yes. Permission granted. She's not here to defend herself anyway. Hi.
What are you guys saying about me?
Nothing.
Rude?
Nothing.
What's happening?
Nothing. Nothing. Anyway, so Harvard. Don't tell her. Harvard made the first breach in rugby rules. Because they were playing rugby. Apparently.
No way.
Wow. At Harvard? Rejecting the traditional manner of putting the ball in play, players from both teams massed about the ball in a scrummage or scrum trying to kick it forward through the mass of players. Harvard opted for heeling it out or kicking the ball backward to a teammate. So like the hike in a way. The further transformation of English rugby into American football came chiefly through the efforts of Walter Camp, who even during his lifetime was known as the father of American football. As an undergraduate and then a medical student at Yale, Camp played football from 1876 through 1881, but more importantly, beginning in 1878, he dominated the rules committee for nearly 3 crucial decades. And that's huge. I don't know if you're still frozen. I don't even know if you still heard that, but I hope you're okay in the void. It's great. Oh, sorry, quit. I think it's, what is it? Is it socials? Mooge. What is our, shoot, I don't even know what our, what's our Discord? Do we have a link? Get back here! 2 of Camp's revisions in particular effectively created the Gridiron game, which is, again, the other name for this football type. The first, in 1880, further refined Harvard's initial innovation, abolishing the scrummage altogether in favor of a scrimmage, which awarded possession of the ball to the one of the 2 teams. You're stuck in the void. God. Is it not just gridiron? It might be. I don't know why they combined it like that then. Gridiron. You're probably right. Gridiron. I'll just say it really fast so it sounds like it's together. I don't know. I could, you know what, actually? Gridiron. It is gridiron. I asked Google, it's fine. Gridiron is what she said. Just like that, too. All breathy like. Snapping the ball with the hand became legal in 1890, though snapping with the foot continued as an option until 1913. And I don't know what you're doing to snap your ankles, but that's horrifying and sounds really painful, so maybe don't use that method. The second crucial rule change was necessitated by the first. Camp's more orderly manner of initiating play did not require the team in possession of the ball to give it up. After Princeton simply held the ball for an entire half in its 1880 and 1881 contests with Yale, both games ending in scoreless ties that bored spectators as much as they frustrated Yale's players. So basically, they just hoarded the ball the whole time. Welcome back from the void.
Hey, I figured it out. Okay.
Yay! I was wondering if you were going to need another link, but you got it.
No, I did. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, basically, they have a lot of rules that they're changing, and it's kind of like one of those learn as you go situations where, like, you're like, oh, this could be a problem. We should make a rule about that. That's just kind of what was happening. After Princeton just held the ball for the entire game, Camp proposed a rule that a team must advance the ball 5 yards or lose 10 in 3 downs or plays, or it would be obliged to surrender the ball to the other side, because that otherwise it's just boring. Camp was also responsible for having 11 players on a side for devising a new scoring system in 1883 with 2 points for a touchdown, 4 points for the goal after a touchdown, and 5 points for a field goal, which became worth 3 points in 1909, a touchdown 6 in 1912. For creating the quarterback position, for marking the field with stripes, and for proposing several other innovations, but it was those 2 simple rules adopted in 1880 and 1882 that most fundamentally created American football. Amazing! After the crucial rule changes, play of the game was relatively open, featuring long runs and numerous lateral passes, as in rugby. And in 1888, Camp proposed that tackling below the waist be legalized in order to offset the advantage of speedy backs streaking around the ends. The new rule resulted in the rise of mass plays, an offensive strategy that massed players on a single point of defense, most famously in Harvard's Flying Wedge in 1892, and this style of play proved so brutal that the game was nearly abolished in the 1890s and early 1900s.
Do you know, I just learned that there's a position in football called the cornerback, which not to be confused with the quarterback, and I almost thought that I would been pronouncing quarterback wrong the entire time. Like I had to look up and make sure that that was correct.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Centric. It's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Can we get copyrighted for that? I hope not. Is somebody own that?
We're not getting paid either way, so it's fine.
Facts! Would you like to talk about violence?
I would love to talk about violence.
Let's freaking do it while I figure out this issue.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not you. It's me. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's not you. It's
Just
me.
want to make sure you didn't pull a puma and like barf everywhere.
I should have done it beside me.
Right. Yeah. Right next to it. The spirit of early football can be glimpsed in the introduction of a rule in 1894 that banned projecting nails or iron plates in shoes and any metal substance on the player's person. Wow.
Wow.
So they out here trying to shank each other, but it's fine. The rules establishing boundaries between permissible and impermissible violence have been continually revised over the years, sometimes in response to periods of heightened concern over deaths and injuries in the early 1930s as well as the 1890s, for example. To ensure greater safety, the number of officials grew from 2 in 1873 to by 1983. Over time, improvements in equipment have also provided more safeguards against serious injuries.
Wow.
Interesting. Seems dangerous, but all right.
It's fine.
In the 1890s, players' only protection against blows to the head came from their own long hair and leather nose guards. That seems great.
Safe.
The first headgear in 1896 consisted simply of 3 leather straps. It evolved to closer fitting leather caps with ear flaps, which I think I've seen before in like old pictures of football. The suspension helmet, which used straps to create space between the helmet shell and the head of the wearer, was introduced in 1917, thank God. Helmets were not required in college football until 1939. 1943 for the National Football League. Improved equipment sometimes increased rather than the game's dangers. The plastic helmet, introduced in 1939, became a potentially lethal weapon, eventually requiring rules against spearing using the head to initiate contact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
You know, honestly, I'm shocked not more people have died from this sport. The brutality of mass play also spread through the nation. Over the course of the 1905 season, 18 young men died from football injuries.
There it is.
Concerned that football might be abolished altogether, President Theodore Roosevelt in October of 1905 summoned representatives, including Camp, from Harvard, Yale, and Princeton to the White House, where he urged them to reform the game. Wow. On December 28th of that year, representatives from 62 colleges and universities, not including the Big Three, would continue for decades to balk at the submitting to the will of the inferior institutions, met in New York to form the Athletic Association of the United States, which then became the National Collegiate Athletic Association, which is the NCAA that we know and love today, in 1910. To reduce mass play, the group at its initial meeting increased the yardage required for a first down from 5 yards to 10 yards and legalized the forward pass, the final element in the creation of the game of American football. The founding of the NCAA effectively ended the period when the Big Three and Walter Camp personally dictated the rules of the play for the rest of the football world. It also ended student involvement in controlling the game through the questions of who should rule college football, coaches, alumni. Excuse me. Let me try that again. Though the question of who should rule college football, coaches, alumni, and boosters or administrators would continue to bedevil the NCAA throughout its history. Brutality did not end with the revised rules of 1906. Peepo. New policies prompted additional rule changes in 1910, requiring 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and 1912, which increased numbers of downs to gain 10 yards from 3 to 4 to eliminate mass play. Nor did the forward pass immediately transform the game. The restrictive 1906 rules made passes riskier than fumbles, and it was after several years of cautious experimentation that Notre Dame's upset of Army in 1913 highlighted the remarkable possibilities in the pass game. It would be another 3 decades, however, during which restrictive rules were gradually dropped and the circumference of the ball reduced to facilitate passing before those possibilities could be realized. So basically, they've been making sure that no one's going to die since the game was created, which, in my opinion, if your goal is to make sure no one dies, should you even be doing it in the first place? Possibly not.
There's a spider. Oh my god. Give me 1 second. Holy
Careful, SpongeBob.
Shit.
Careful, SpongeBob.
It's so fast!
Careful, SpongeBob.
I don't even...
Get Puma. She'll take care of it for you.
I don't even have anything to smash it with.
You got a shoe?
No. God. It's gonna be too fast.
Okay. Get your cats. They will take care of it.
All Lynx does is eat crickets.
Ugh.
which is equally as gross because I find them on the carpet every night.
Gross.
Disgusting children.
Also, I think you have disappeared, and I
Yeah.
have not disappeared.
No, yeah, I turned my camera off so I can be on my hands and knees looking for this damn spider.
Oh, got it. Okay. I feel special.
I feel special. You are special.
I am not the one who is in the void right now.
Is he in my... No. Okay. Oh! I don't know where it went, which is more frightening. Is it in my shoe? Oh, I do have shoes. Hold on.
Okay. There you go.
He's gone.
Smash it with the shoe.
Smash it with a hammer!
With a hammer. Pull the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever! Oh my god. Oh. Ooh, I hate spiders. Anyway. They're always in my house!
Seems to be Spider's MO.
Happy birthday, Wasted! Sorry, I'm trying to kill a spider. I'll be right with you.
She will. She'll be right back. Don't worry.
God. You could talk about the golden age. It's fine.
I will. Okay. You keep us updated on the spider, okay?
I'm trying to move the cat. I'm so weak. You would never know I go to the gym. God.
Hey, golden age of football. Don't pay attention to the woman in the void.
So rude.
Yes,
Abby.
there we go. Okay.
So hard. I've lost it.
After World War I had put the game on a temporary hold, college football fully came of age in 1920s when it became widely recognized as America's greatest sporting spectacle, as opposed to baseball, which was its national pastime.
Lynx, where the hell were you? You should have been here like 5 seconds ago.
That's right, you get him. He's the worst.
The worst.
The first football stadiums at Harvard, Yale, and Princeton were modeled on the ancient Greek stadium and the Roman Colosseum. See, this is red flag. Red flag.
Flag on the play.
Here. If you have to make it the Colosseum to play it, then you should probably not be playing it, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Their architecture revealing much about football's cultural status.
Do you see it?
Ah, Lynx. Hello.
Looking fabulous.
What a beautiful boy.
Thank you.
He's
He's
so
upset right
cute.
now. It's like, why am I
Why?
here?
You're here because you failed to get the spider.
Literally, it's just gone.
And this is your punishment. You have to be put on the internet for the world to see.
Sorry, keep going.
All right.
Where is it? You see
Let's see. With the stadium building boom in the 1920s, attendance more than doubled, exceeding 10 million by the end of the decade, and newspaper coverage of the sport expanded at a similar rate. The daily newspaper had played a crucial role in the 1980s and 90s, introducing football to a popular audience with no connection to universities and their teams. Commercial radio appeared in 1920 and began regularly broadcasting football games. By the end of the decade, 3 networks were broadcasting a slate of games each Saturday, and local stations were covering them, all the home teams' games. And by 1929, 5 newsroom companies were devoted roughly 1/5 or to 1/4 of their footage to football in the fall. General interest magazines such as Collier's and Saturday Evening Post regularly published articles by or about the famous coaches or players, along with short stories about the star who wins both the girl and the big game.
Wow.
How swell.
Swell.
Blech. Movie theaters each fall screened a handful of college football musicals. Oh God!
I know. How
Football
lovely.
musicals. Oh, and melodramas with kidnapped heroes just in the nick of time to score the winning touchdown.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah. All right. The excitement surrounding football would continue and prompt the organization of the NFL.
Nice. Yep. Isn't that wonderful? And now,
Yeah.
without further ado, is the reason we're here. Yeah. Because with all of that information, Blair's frozen again. There she is.
No, I'm not.
With
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
With all that information, we are coming to the point where I will actually explain to you.
Mansplain, if you will.
I will 100% mansplain, as long as the spider doesn't come back. If the spider comes back, I'm just going to scream like a little girl. So
Seems reasonable. Take over for you. That's why there's two of us.
honestly, the spider could do it better than I could. And it doesn't even know what football is, or what I am, for that matter.
It does have 6 more legs than me, though, so therefore it is
1000%.
superior.
It is. With all of that information, it has led up to what is fantasy football in America. And this is when, and no offense, nobody take offense, Wasted, don't you dare put that in my chat on your birthday. This
Spooky,
is
scary skeleton.
No!
Okay, sorry.
This is where grown men play pretend for a little bit. And online...
Imaginary.
Imaginary.
They use their imagination.
imaginations. And then they play pretend football with each other with 0 credentials and call it a season.
0.
0. I should just do the one. That's weird. Anyway. Fantasy football! So, the real question is, why is this hand gesture so weird? That's the real question I'd like answered. But for real, what is fantasy football? When you play fantasy, you make a virtual roster with real NFL players. So the teams, and because Moose is sus, I'm not sus. She's sus. Then they compete against other people's rosters based on the stats of all the players in the real games. So as the players are performing, playing their sport with the teams that they are opposing, those stats get logged in the imaginary roster of players that they have created, and they win points against the other people who have also made rosters with real people on imaginary platforms.
Yes.
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 Long story long, playing pretend. Traditional leagues are season long, which means you keep your players for the entire football season. But daily leagues, which is when you draft a new set of players every week, which is really intense, have skyrocketed in popularity over the last few years. And it's all a game essentially within a game, obviously, because you are pitting your real live players who are playing against other people's real lives players who are playing, but they're scattered about between teams, all that stuff.
That's wild.
It is wild. So, like, which means that all the wins and the losses... Calm down. You don't have to get choked up about it. Keep it together.
Read the paper, would you please? Do us all a favor and just read the paper.
I'll read my imaginary paper. Which just means that the wins and losses in real life that the players are experiencing do 1,000% affect your scores, but the NFL teams, like the ones that are actually playing, like your fantasy football means nothing. Like,
right. Yeah.
right.
I knew that part. It's
Okay.
kind of like playing a video game, but just like in real time, almost.
Right, because it's not the NFL teams, it's just the individual players, and it doesn't really affect anything. They're affecting you.
Right.
You get it.
Yeah.
So the only things that matter are a few key numbers for the individual players on your team. So like touchdowns, yards, and catches matter for that player that you may or may not choose. And also, at least what I noticed when the guys were over to do their, like, put their bracket together, there was like...
What? You see the spider? Spider
No.
Watch 2023.
No! You need to go back back and
What
watch
happened?
yourself, you just like, I don't know what happened. You were a full rainbow for a moment.
My God.
Blair Witch Project.
Jesus Christ.
That was horrifying. Okay. You should go back and watch that.
I'm gonna try.
Anyway, before you spook me again, spook me worse than the spider, and I don't even know where that is right now.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It was weird. Are you okay? Blair,
I
from
am
the
fine.
Dimension. First the void, now the fifth dimension. Jeez, you're supposed to be doing a podcast.
Look, I am trying to get my powers under control, okay?
Dawson,
It's very difficult, and I do not have a mentor at this time.
I'm doing my best. It's spooky season,
I'm
and I was
doing
unprepared.
My best.
I love that. John said, get distracted by work for 5 minutes and Blair turns into a rainbow.
I didn't even see it.
It's so weird.
I'm gonna go back and watch it after
You
this.
should. That was
but,
funny.
like,
Welcome
all
back
right.
from the fifth dimension.
Your face literally looked like you saw the girl from The Ring or something.
Look, when you see static, you run. You do not wait around to find out what's gonna happen next. You're lucky I'm still here.
You're so right. You're so right.
Fight or flight, mine was freeze. So helpful. Oh
That's
my
what
God.
mine is too, don't worry.
Freeze, yeah.
Would not be able to survive in the apocalypse.
No, freeze and panic is my go-to.
Yes.
Yeah. Tyler's like, we gotta go.
And I'm like, okay.
Just throw up.
Yeah.
Okay, well now that Blair is back from the fifth dimension, it's called fantasy and not imaginary, for reals, because to some of us, assembling the top players from different teams onto one hypothetical roster is what passes for some sort of bizarre fantasy. Because realistically, the top players would never be on a single team.
Right.
That would be ridiculous.
It would.
And also be kind of boring, because then, like, you would only watch, really, like, one team, if that were the case.
Correct.
Oh, also, before Blair turned into a full rainbow, what I was going to say is, when the guys came over to put their teams together, you also take turns choosing a player. That way, not one person has more of an advantage than you do to choose your team. Because if you pick something before somebody else picks something, then that sucks. But also, you might pick someone then before somebody who picked the player you maybe originally wanted gets to pick again. So you trade off and take turns so that it's a fair advantage. Sorry, I talked about stiffy butts either. What are you talking? Oh, clean. Usually my mom's here, Doc. It's okay. I haven't seen her pop
literally
up.
nobody else, just Kirsten's mom, and she's pretty chill.
She is pretty chill. She's heard worse.
Indeed.
There are fantasy leagues for pretty much every sport, but fantasy football is currently the most popular, with an estimated 30 million people playing it as of last year. Though the actual game is usually free to play, most leagues do involve some kind of money that is wagered at the start of the season and then paid out to the champion at the end, which is what our team does. I think it's 100.
What happened?
It's you.
Me?
We've made you into an emote. It's so cute. The face that you were making was... And I love it. And you're now an oop, and it's so cute. Now whenever void happens, or if she turns into a rainbow. It's so cute.
Why can't I see it?
Oh, because you have to install it on Chrome.
Oh, that's why.
I'll show you how to do it later. I didn't know how to do it either.
Okay, good.
Boo, I can't see it. Stupid 7 TV.
Good. I'm not the only one who can't see it. Perfect. Okay, good. I feel better now.
It's fine. It's a Chrome extension. We'll figure you out. It'll be fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's what our team does. They have a little bit of a wager. I think it's $100 to play, And then, of course, the champion, you just pay out for whatever. I'm not even going to question what's going on. You shouldn't. It's a waste of time.
Indeed.
Pokemon in chat also. So, all in all, fantasy has thoroughly permeated football culture, and there's even evidence that it's been a significant driver of the NFL's continued surge in popularity. Fantasy football is the reason that football broadcasters now covered with stats, graphics, and it's the reason why there's a hugely popular channel that simply bounces live from touchdown to touchdown instead of showing a complete game, so that you can keep track of your player's success and the team's success, and track all the individual stats and make better educated decisions.
Wishful wants to know, Tyler only won his buy-in back. He didn't win anything else.
Correct. And also, he split that with his dad, who helped him with the bracket last year because he didn't know what he was doing. So technically, he made nothing.
Great.
But he didn't lose anything technically either, unless you count the fact that his dad half and halved with him.
I was gonna say he lost $50.
It's true.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Okay, what was yours? So where did it come from? Where did it go? Starting in the 1950s and 60s, a few different groups of statistics-obsessed fans hit upon the idea, with fantasy baseball most popular at first. Nice catch, Cendric. Initially, the fans used paper and pencil to track their player stats, but beginning in the 1990s, various websites began offering automated leagues for a fee. So not for free. Now it's going to be stuck in your head forever. Exactly, Cendric. We're not going to sing it. YouTube will copyright me. Get out of here.
I'm not singing it. I'm humming it. It's different.
Oh. I love seeing it. It's beautiful. Oh, you know what? I can show you. Hold on a second.
Show me.
I think I can show you, because you have stream open too, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hold on. I got you. Where's my...
She's gonna bring it up on the big screen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like that face.
I like this face, though.
Dear Lord.
It's great. What do you think?
Wait for it.
Waiting.
Wait for it.
Waiting. I waited a long time. Did you not see it?
I see it now.
Okay, thank God. It's gonna be up now for a long time. You look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. It's the eyebrow makes it.
I think so.
Waiting. I love the waiting one. He's so stinky cute. Waiting. Gorgeous. So, in 1999, Yahoo, which is a throwback, I used to have a Yahoo email, became the first major site to host leagues for free. The popularity of all fantasy sports, and football in particular, has surged in the years since, and most people now use free online platforms, though premium paid ones with extra features are obviously still available. If you ask me what those extra features are, I couldn't tell you because I don't even know what the normal features are. So,
great.
Better not be the spider. It's fine. False alarm. For a while, most pro leagues distanced themselves from fantasy sports, thinking them as a form of gambling, which I would agree. But in 2002, the NFL conducted research showing that fantasy players watch significantly more football, and the league began actively promoting the game and even hosting fantasy leagues on its own website, which I think is a reverse.
Sounds about right.
They're like,
yeah.
We could make money on this.
This seems good. Let's do it.
Gambling? Fine. It's fine.
Well, and now they have all of those like sports book
they do
things you can gamble on. There's like a bunch of different sports betting
Draft
situations. Yep.
Yep. And I think that one's for all sports. I don't know if it's specifically for football. It might be all of them, but I don't.
It's for all sports. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they even have. We don't go very often, so don't blow this out of context. But when we do go to a casino, they even have a DraftKings section, like one of the tellers there.
Yeah, Chris and I were in Vegas a while ago, and the hotel that we stayed at had like a specific section for that.
Yeah. It's huge, too.
Yeah. And they just have a bunch of sports. It's like being at a sports bar.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Exactly. And I don't know, this is getting off topic now. Maybe we should have a topic on casinos. That would be really fun. But,
That would be fun.
they, at least at the ones that we've been to, if you play the games at the counter, whether it's DraftKings or whatever, you also get free drinks, which is fun time. So.
Right. Yeah.
It's very nice. Because most of the drinks are very expensive.
Yes. Indeed they are.
So, in 2006, congressional legislation to restrict online gambling was passed with an exception specifically written for fantasy sports, so they got a pass. In 2009, FX debuted. Wow. Debuted.
Debutted.
It's what it looks like.
It is, yeah.
A sitcom about a group of friends in a fantasy football league with occasionally features NFL players as guest stars, and in a short period of time, fantasy has gone from a weirdo fringe hobby, which I don't know if I would even call it that, but fine.
A weirdo fringe.
It's very specific, to a mainstream part of pro football.
What a collection of adjectives. That's amazing.
They're like, this explains it perfectly. Pew pew. So how does it work? That's really the main question, right? Like, all that's great, but how do you do it, right? So to play in a season-long league, which from my understanding is the most popular, like it's the most, what's the word I'm missing now? The league is hilarious, is it? It's the most common, that's the word. You register at one of a few different websites, either with people or or just with a random group of strangers for funsies. Our group does it together. You give your team a name, and then now you're a team owner. Congratulations. That's it. So simple, so easy, so wow. Just before the start of the season, you will then, and others, hold a draft in which each of you picks the NFL players you want on your team. Typically, a league is between 10 to 12 players. And each player can only be on one team in your league. After the draft and throughout the season, you can tinker with your roster by picking up players that didn't get drafted, dropping players that aren't doing well, essentially the ones that you don't want, and trading with other owners.
So I feel like did you hear Aaron Rodgers hurt himself in like the first 5 minutes of the first game, whatever.
I've also heard this.
He tore his
theory
ACL.
that it was planned or something.
Interesting. Well, all of those fantasy football teams got majorly messed up.
They did.
It without using an inappropriate word. Like,
Chicken Mom's not here. It's fine.
Chicken. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all like very sad right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know who Tyler had on his team. I don't even know if Tyler knows who Tyler has on his team. But I did hear the conspiracy theory that was planned because and you never know, right? So, but there's...
Yeah, how would you know?
Well... planned as in, even if it didn't actually happen and it was just faked, or if it did happen and they were like, you need to tear your ACL and get out for the season, whatever the case may be. Apparently, some people hold that power, or some people think people hold that power, which is interesting, and maybe they do. But there was a TikTok going around of the people who were saying it was planned, and there's a snippet of an article or from like a news station or something like that. He definitely did.
And he did. No, it's true.
But the snippet essentially was printed to say, what's his face tore ACL, but the date that it was sent was like days before the event happened.
Oh.
So that's why they were like, what are you hiding?
I mean, I could definitely see it if like, and obviously we're not like a podcast, but no. I could definitely see like a doctor, like, because you know how they all have to get checked out like before the season, fitness to play, like all that stuff. Exactly, I could definitely see a doctor getting like off to be like, oh, his ACL is fine,
right?
Oh, his like he's fine,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And then he goes out and it just so happens that he like going in, he knew he was like at risk,
Yeah.
And it just turned out happened.
Yeah.
And it only lasted 4 minutes, which is wild. So
Sad.
that's where our hard-earned tax dollars are going.
We're doing so well.
We're doing so well.
Oh my god. Okay. And so, I mean, there are millions.
No, you're so right. Yeah.
Exactly. I think, I mean, it could also be to rig the odds in fantasy football, because I guess this guy was, again, I don't know a lot about football. We're talking about shit we don't even talk about, really. But the thing is,
I know.
like, I don't know this person, but apparently he was, like, the fact that he's down for the count is, like, a huge deal. And I feel bad for him, because obviously that's super painful if it's real, but, like...
he's going into the season, he was, like, the highest paid football player ever in the history of the world.
Well...
And now... And they still have to pay him, like, all that money, and he's not going to play more than what he's already played, which is approximately 4 minutes.
Reverse Uno, he planned to tear his ACL. So he could sit on the couch and earn money.
He could get that bag, you know what I mean? If I only had to work for 4 minutes and got to have a free ride and have a small surgery that's, like, pretty routine.
Hey.
Sure, why not?
Oh no, I'm out forever. Oh, that $1 trillion hurts so bad. Oh, the fans. Oh, like...
Too bad, so sad.
Outplayed law
firms.
I know, right,
yeah.
Doc?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I would love... Let's do that.
Don't hate
That
the player, hate the game. Oh, I'm not going to tear my ACL for that.
for like $1 billion? You wouldn't tear your ACL for $1 billion.
Blair, I went to the gym and started doing squats, and my thigh is physically snapping every single time I do a squat right now. I'm going to tear in half before I even make it back to the gym tomorrow, okay? Like, there's no hope for me.
Is, like, what if someone was paying you
and the Jets still
to have that pain?
No! He ruptured his Achilles. I don't know what the difference is.
You're so right. No,
Ouchies.
You're so right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's his name again? Who was this person? Who are we even talking about?
What day is it? What country am I in?
What are we talking
what's
about?
Happening?
Who are you people? Get out. Who is this?
Yeah, no, you're right. Ruptured.
It does sound
That's
worse.
correct.
Yeah. Jets player ACL. Who is this? Chuck Clark.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think it's
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers. How much is he worth? Oh, I knew exactly what I wanted to know. How much is worth is what I typed. Aaron Rodgers, how much is worth? 200 million.
Yeah, so he's worth how much? Type in how much he got. His contract is for the NFL this year.
53 million.
53. That's it.
That's it. That's what it says. Oh, plus 11 in endorsements. Wait.
It is a lot of millions. That's true.
Oh,
that was like closer to $1 billion though.
Let me scroll down in this article one moment. That's a lot of millions. Do you know how many billions are in that million? I'm just kidding. I don't know math.
The answer
Literally
is
none.
Zero. The limit does not exist. That's $12. You're so right, Cindric. It is at least $12.
At least. Minimum. Oh, okay. It says he signed... It's just giving me Green Bay Packers. Is that what he was... Is that the team he was on?
No. No.
What team is this man on? Who are you?
Oh my god.
I'm working on it. This is live.
Google said she doesn't usually Google this. So
yeah. 64 millions is closer to 1 billion. Yeah, exactly. Rodgers, it's just, the Jets acquired Rodgers, but it doesn't say what he made in his contract. Looking back. Pokemon in chat, it's a cow. Um, it just talks about his net worth.
I read that Pokemon name as Milk Tank.
I mean, close enough. It's Miltank, but fair. Oh, okay, hold on. All right. So, in 2023, his base salary is over 1.8 million. His signing amount was 7 million. His, I don't know what a workout is in this context, but it says 50,000. Injured reserve is 8.8 million. So grand total at sign is 75 million, but the contract terms were 112 for 3-year contract.
Okay.
That was too many. One, workouts are negotiations. Oh. For like what? Huh? Basically, for 3 years, this man is contracted for over $112 million.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So, like, sponsors.
Oh.
Ah.
Interesting.
Is it really?
No.
No. So, basically, yearly, he makes about $36 million with this current contract.
It just reminds me that I do more work and I get paid less.
It just reminds me that I could snap my Achilles today and I'd still have to be at work tomorrow.
Correct.
And I would not be making $112 billion bajillion dollars.
It's true.
All right. The last thing regarding this draft stuff is, how do you know who to draft? That's very little for gas money. I know, right? So
Isn't it just like whoever you want to draft? It doesn't matter.
Yes, but you obviously want to be selective. Like, you don't want to pick someone who isn't performing or hasn't been performing well.
So, side note, in relation, I saw a TikTok of all these women in a sports bar with their husbands, like on their laptops, and they were drafting for their husbands' fantasy football leagues, having no knowledge of like who to draft and what names. To draft. Yeah,
the
and
names
so
of the teams.
Sometimes it pans over to this couple, and it's like he's yelling at me because I drafted 2 quarterbacks instead of like whatever another position is. I don't know.
That's
anyway.
Great.
I thought it was really funny, and I think that would be fun to do. Anyway.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do. I saw one similar where the girls, they weren't doing it for their husbands. They made a group, and they were doing it, but they also had zero context for football. But the names of the teams that they chose were hilarious. Like, I'll have to find it and send it to you. It was so funny. It was perfect.
I imagine it would be like the Metropolitan Ballet of football or something like that.
It
like,
was
very weird.
It was pretty clap then ass cheeks kind of names.
pretty princess in my.
It was like quarterback daddies and stuff like that. It was like that kind of vibe.
It's funny.
Mom!
Hi, Chicken Mom!
Thanks for dropping in when I said quarterback daddies.
Seems good.
Seems like a good vibe to come in on. This is where you should be careful with your words now, because my mom's here and she's fine. Actually, I don't know if you're fine. Are you fine? Nice to see you, Mom. A fantasy team that won in a work pool here a couple years ago was someone who picked names at random. I bet that was amazing.
That is amazing. Also, aren't there fantasy football punishments too? Isn't that part of it as well?
I'm not
Where
sure.
like if your team loses, then you have to like do certain things, and guys make it like really crazy, like the different kinds of punishments that you have to do.
Are we talking about hazing?
It's a little like hazing, but it's more of like if like stand on the street and like say hi to 24 hours or something like that. Like stupid things like that.
Hard pass.
In
In
s-
some leagues, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punishments. Our group doesn't do punishments. It's punishment enough that you don't know how to put a team together, apparently.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I just
Yeah.
think some of them go viral, so it's like interesting to see.
It is true. Red Chicken said he's fine too. Hi. Oh.
That's good.
Okay, so the basic idea to your
Yes.
question is that you want to draft players at each position who will get you lots of points. So for example, not picking 40 quarterbacks.
See, one
Oh,
had to
nice.
take an inflatable. See, that's funny.
See, but that would be funny. I would, that's fine.
Funny.
Church did a fantasy football pick this year. Oh, nice. Did you do it? Mom, I don't think you know. I don't want to call you out in front of all my friends. Do you know? I don't know football. Do you know football? Did you do it? Did they?
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. All right.
You should have. It would have been hilarious.
We should do a mediocre fantasy football league next year.
Oh my god. You know what we could do? So for my previous life in my previous job, I used to have to set up the basketball March Madness brackets for our company to be part of. We could do March Madness and we still don't know anything about basketball.
Exactly.
That
It
would be perfect. We as
Truly,
a community.
I know less about basketball than I know about any other sport.
Exactly. How fun would that be?
Ever. So fun.
So fun. Okay, so group activity.
We'll think about it.
We'll
Yes.
just together. They had about 10 folks pick their teams. That's awesome. Hopefully they had
Nice.
great team names. I would giggle. Okay, so every expert has their own personal preferences and draft philosophy. So there's like, I've heard apparently that there are like, what do they call superstitions and things like that you have to be aware of for some people, and they have leads on who should or shouldn't be added or the stars aligned. I don't know. But there's generally a basic understanding heading into the season of who the best players are, obviously because all the stats are released before then.
Right. Yeah. So all the picks are, in theory, supposed to be based off those stats, right? From like the previous
Yes.
season.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, you don't have to build your own team either. You can also let it build it for you. So like obviously
Oh, cool.
yeah, so like based on the stats, it will create one for you. If you don't want to do it, you can just have an automatic, like it'll fill in all the slots for you.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of nice if you don't know what you're doing and you're just doing it for fun or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
It being a church one, I hope there's like football for Jesus. That's cute. Have you really? Community. Mom, Doc. SB Nation is apparently a popular guide to kind of help you see all the top overall players to kind of help your picks along if you're deciding to do the manual process. The top players at each position, sleepers, which is players that will be drafted low but might do better than expected, and potential busts, which is players for other reasons that might underperform this year. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is one because he currently doesn't have an Achilles. However,
I think he has one now. It just doesn't work right.
well, we got rid
Because
of
he
it.
had.
Threw it
yeah.
in the bin. Should I finally admit that I'm in 4 different leagues? Holy crap, wasted.
Great. So you can basically, you should have done this.
You should have done this podcast. What am I
Yeah.
doing? This is your show.
Clearly, we have no idea what we're talking about.
I know, big money for real. However, if you don't feel like putting in any effort, obviously, like I said, you can just use the default rankings as your draft. And if you don't even want to do that, you can actually ignore the draft and do something else with your time. And the system will auto-draft players for you. But what's the fun in that?
Right.
I
I
mean-
want to pick my people.
Yeah, I don't even know anything about them. I would base it off of completely ridiculous things like, wow, you have a really nice smile. I feel like you would do fantastic in this random role. Like, that's about all.
Yeah.
Criteria. Yeah.
It would be super funny. I mean, it probably wouldn't be very funny because you would lose everything. But if you put all different players in the wrong positions
Oh my god, that would
and
be
just
perfect.
see like how they do.
You know what? You look like you might be a quarterback. Ah! Moose Bro is here as well. Hello.
Hello.
Mom and Moose Bro in the chat.
Moose Bro.
It was Crab. But I don't want to say his name out loud, so.
Yeah.
Crab Bro. Chicken Mom. Mom! It's just hilarious.
What if he's been trying to like contact her all day? Be like,
Mom!
I just now
Pick up your
been
phone!
able to track you down.
Family reunion. KFC, bro!
Yeah.
Cluck, cluck. Oh my god. It's fantastic. Well, I'm so glad both of you have... Hi, Azra. I guess he's just putting her name out there. That's the beautiful partner. Is my baby nephew with you? My sweet little baby angel. Burger King mama. BK Queen. We need to get your parents in here, Blair, whenever you get back from the 5th dimension. There you go.
That's not possible. They are technologically challenged. My mom
Chicken
can barely work her iPad.
Your poor mom. You didn't say that out loud.
I'm not even kidding. I sent her the link to the Twitch stream, just being like, just click on and then watch. It's like not hard. It's just not going to happen for her.
Yeah.
It's fine though.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
My parents are just not internet parents. That's all. They don't do like social media or anything. It's just not their thing.
That's fair. That's okay.
They do listen to our podcast though if I send them, because I sent them the one where Philip talks about golf, and Mom enjoyed that one.
Oh,
so.
Doc. Can we get some oops in the chat? If you have the 7TV emote stuff installed on your Chrome, Blair's face will pop up, and it's adorable. And for those of you who don't have it, I am more than happy to show you once again what it looks like.
Oh no.
For those of you who
put me on blast, it's fine.
I will, because I love you so much. Okay, so for those who are wondering what the heck we're talking about and who may not know.
Chris,
oh, perfect. Oop. This is what it looks like. We have captured Blair in her prime. She was in the 5th dimension in this picture. We lost a good one that day.
Indeed.
So if you type oop with lowercase ooze, ooze, Blair's face will pop up for people. So enjoy that. Chris, you don't even know how to spell oop. Oop.
No, he said poop.
Oh, poop. I don't think we have a poop emote.
No,
Cedric,
we don't.
Cedric, we need a poo emote, please. Can you get on that, please? That would be fantastic. Well, nice job, Mom. You got the ooze right. Looks good. Blair looks good.
Nice.
Nice. That's all I had. Peepo poo poo. Oh my god. The name of that emote is perfect. Blair, can you see them? I don't think you can see them. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me show you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god. Why is it so freaking weird? We'll fix it for you, Blair. You need to see these. That's hilarious. Maturity level 1000. This is why we're called mediocre content after all. Here you go. Peepo poo poo. Need a peepo oop. Good gravy. Mom. It's literally perfect. Good gravy. Thanks for pinning that, Centric. It's perfect. I love it. It's literally beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah. Is your cat there? Brother in arms. I know, I thought of Koji immediately. Brother in arms. I can't believe I just said brother in arms. With mashed potatoes, yes. Also, Pokemon in chat, if you're interested. This will probably be the last Pokemon of the night, really. So, if you want it, ! Pokecatch. And it could be yours. Fam comes in and takes over. I know. Pee-poo, poo-poo,
It's true.
Mom. Also...
Not surprised.
No, it's fantastic. I'm also going to take a look. Oh, man. It was Kat's birthday today, too, and I was going to raid her, but she has since left. But that's okay. I do see that Rock is on. Does anybody know if Rock is going to be on for a while for a raid? How long has he been up? Don't apologize. It's fantastic. Peepo.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oop. Got them oohs. Ooh. Don't spook me.
That was the spider's job, and you still haven't caught it.
I haven't, and I'm very alarmed. Like,
It's right behind you.
It's
No, I'm just kidding.
You should be on for a bit longer. Okay, perfect. He is playing horror, though. It's nearly spoopy season. Exactly, and he's playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, she was tired. Yeah, I get it. She's probably had a long birthday day, which is totally fine. Okay. I'm gonna start our nice catch, guys. I'm gonna start our outro music.
Guys.
Guys.
Yes.
I'm also gonna start the here's the raid message. There you go. Yeah, I guess you can follow us on our socials. 5 stars. Thanks for being here. NFL fantasy.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop. Let's go. And that's the whole thing.
Rate us 5 stars. Catch us over on Tickety Talk.
Ew,
And
Chris. Ew. What?
we're not prepared to have this debate right now.
No.
We can't.
Don't tell me no. I'm the older one. I'm the leader. I'll decide when it's over. It's over. No! Mom, don't tell me no either.
You guys came in late. What did we say? You late to the party.
I'll put it on. Cedric, don't you yell at me either. I just got here. Bye. I'll start the outro music again.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-ba.
No. Let's party. Enjoy your nasty pizza party. That's gross. Pineapple on pizza? You eat it, don't you?
No.
I'm starting the raid.
Okay.
Everybody go give Rock a bunch of love. Get the heck out of here. It's pepperoni. That's not what you said. Thank you for stream with Hots. All right, bye.
Ooh, yummy.
Disgusting.
Okay, bye.
We're late. Get out of here with your nasty pizza. I just asked. Are you eating it right now? Wasted, don't encourage him. Blair. Blair. This raid is taking forever. What? You guys leave?
I don't know.
God. Go.
This is taking so long.
Barbecue chicken and pie. Get out, Wasted. Happy birthday. Get the heck out. Disgusting. I love you so much. Bye, Chris. Love you. Bye, Mom. Love you. Bye.
Do 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 do.